ठीक है. Yeah, good evening everyone. So this is our last class on current affairs related to in this EKLAVYA, the first cycle. So what we have been doing yesterday? Yesterday we did international organization, 15 question we did from PYQs. Then the next cycle 15 question we did from recent international organizations in news. That 15 we did in little detail, writing about all this, about this organization page and all. So in today's class we will mainly focus on reports and indices. Same format we will follow. First 15 question we will take from PYQs, and the next 15 we will be doing from this recently published reports and indices. So in this paper you are getting, there is more number of questions, around 52 questions will be there. That is, some more PYQs is added. That is only for your practice. Here we discuss only the 30 questions out of this. First, answer the first question. What is the answer? What is this? What is the answer here? IMF, International Monetary Fund. Yeah. ये रखो उधर. So rapid financing instrument and rapid credit facilities are related to provisions of lending by which of the following? So why this question came? What kind of crediting IMF provides? Mostly for what purposes? IMF provides loans or credit for purposes like if a country is facing balance of payment crisis. And which country was undergoing balance of payment crisis in the recent past? Sri Lanka was undergoing severe balance of payment crisis. So it is in this context this question came. Rapid financing instrument and rapid credit facility. Usually most of this IMF is giving some credit. It is not simply a credit system. It will also have some terms and conditions that mostly include the reforms the country has to undertake to improve its balance of payment situation, opening the economy and all. Did India took such a facility ever? When? In 1991, India took the support from IMF and did similar reforms in this Indian economy. So answer here is B. Answer the second question. Most of reports and indices you hardly find any tricks, most of the questions are directly fact based and straightforward question. You need to know it to correctly answer it. What is answer? C. Any other? B. With reference to G20 common framework, consider the following statements. It is an initiative endorsed by G20 together with Paris Club. Now what is Paris Club? We have a slide. Now what is Paris Club? think we don't have a slide. Yeah, we have something. So Paris Club is an informal group of official creditors. At least you know what territory or what area of interest Paris Club is working. That may be of great help in solving this question. Paris Club is an informal group of creditors whose role is to find coordinated and sustainable solution to payment difficulties experienced by debtor countries. So what area this Paris Club is working? It is an informal group of people who are giving the money, country who are providing money to countries who is facing XYZ crisis. It is an initiative, what is here? G20 Common Framework. Why this is in news? Sri Lanka, more than that, this is a new framework first of all. And CAT, this country has requested to provide funding under this framework. So that's why this was in news. Why countries need funding? Actually, this is extension of pandemic. Most countries are going on high fiscal deficit and every government is in severe crunch situation. So different facilities were in news. G20 Common Framework is similarly to provide funding to countries those are facing this crunch situation. Now, if you know, Paris Club is something of creditors informal grouping, and this country has requested funds under this framework. This much of current affairs you are aware of, then this question is very easy. It is endorsed by G20. G20 framework will be endorsed by G20 along with Paris Club. Paris Club is very similar framework, so it can be a very right option. Second is, it is an initiative to support low-income countries with unsustainable debt. CAD is a low-income country having all these problems of development. So very much in line with what is the current affairs news. But to solve this question, if you know the news that is happening in the recent past, then it is quite easy. Otherwise, it becomes very little bit tough question if from factual point of view. Go ahead. Answer the third question.
They say that particular initiative has been launched. It is given that these two parties have lost it. Generally, that option is wrong.
Okay. This is, I told you, like even if you are solving the paper, the most trust should be to knowledge level. First you have to have a adequate knowledge level to answer the paper. It's not like tricks and all these will help you. Once you build this level, you have reached a certain level, then beyond that, there is so much of application. Like in last question also, you have to know CAD requested this facility. You have to know Paris Club, at least Paris Club is something a creditors grouping, informal grouping, creditors, money giving organization, something like that is this. It is this area of interest of Paris Club. Itna, if you know, then the option something you can apply and find out. We done this e-commerce question, we done so many questions. The statements are arranged in such a way that even if you don't know the exact fact, you apply some logical trend that is happening in the economy, logical trend of whatever the sector is experiencing, issues the fertilizer sector is facing. So that logical application you should do. Still you don't know, you can only eliminate, then only you rely on tricks, you rely on other kind of jugaad kind of options. Here also this is like only for few questions. I'm not saying you should not use tricks, you should use for some questions, but this should be major part of your answering, then only it makes sense. Otherwise, if you go with totally tricks, then they are placing options like tricks will go wrong, something like this. So it becomes very difficult. At least I am saying it again, for time being, still for one more month, you focus so much on knowledge building. Should have confidence in your knowledge. You should have itna confidence that if a very exotic grouping is asked in the paper and you haven't heard of it, you have the confidence this is a tough question, nobody will have heard of it. You have the liberty to even leave this option. Don't focus on that option also. Your preparation should be something like UN General Assembly a question came. That you should be able to answer with confidence. That should be your approach of preparation. Go ahead. Answer this question first. What is answer? C. Any other? A. We have done these questions in current affairs, right? Regarding Ukraine, Afghanistan. Which other cities are important for this year? There has been an earthquake in Turkey. Why earthquake in Turkey? Learn all this map of Turkey. Recently one earthquake happened in today or yesterday. Today's paper it is there. In Indonesia. Note down all these places. Go through their maps once. Yes. Maybe the same. Indonesia is also facing the issue. So this is map of Afghanistan. Afghanistan was so much in news. Taliban takeover and all. If you don't completely studied Afghanistan map and gone for the exam, that is absolutely your mistake. These kind of questions are like you should not miss. Your preparation should be in this angle itself. Question come like this and you are confused in the, then your preparation is lagging. That should not happen. It's totally Paris Club, you haven't heard, it's still understandable. So which are neighboring countries of Afghanistan? Is a fully landlocked country. This is Iran and this is Pakistan, this is India. In between this, Afghanistan is there. Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, some part of China and some part of India, then Pakistan. These are neighboring countries of Afghanistan. Go ahead, answer is 3, 4 and 5 here. Azerbaijan, you can eliminate it very easily. This will not be the answer, these two will not be the answer. Okay, you will get directly the answer. Azerbaijan is the Black Sea near that area. Yeah, go ahead. Tell me क्या answer है? Okay. B. Any other suggestion? A. Climate action tracker, which monitors the emission reduction pledges of different countries, is it? Why you answered B? There was a report by Climate Action Tracker. It tracks around 39 countries plus EU. It tracks whether the XYZ country is in line with Paris. We have Paris Agreement and there has been INDC targets. Whether these countries are going on with these targets or going diverted at all. This is what the Climate Tracker does. It is basically nothing but a database. This is only the key you can take away from this. It's also a straightforward question because options are little confusing. Otherwise, this is it is a tracker means it cannot be an organization system. It will be either a platform or a database, something like that. So you can link with that and align with it. Is a database created by a coalition research organization. It's not conducting its own research. Researchers, 39 countries plus EU will be, it is tracking. Tell me.
There can be a pick or whatever you say. Sir, we know very much about UNEP UNFCCC and IPCC.
IPCC, UNCCC.
And the reports these published. So where इनमें वो नहीं है.
Yeah, these are like very famous organization, IPCC, UNFCCC. If Kalam tracker is something these organizations publishes. Yesterday so we have shown so much of screenshot about pages of different organizations. So if you have studied this organization in details, World Bank, everything are like those organizations you should study in detail. If you haven't heard any of these, then it may be an independent body, non-profit body or something like that. You can go with this. Go ahead, answer the fifth question. This is also one question which, if you sit with trick, it becomes more tricky. What is answer? C, B. Okay, in the context of WHO air quality guidelines, consider the following statements. The 24-hour mean of PM 2.5 should not exceed 15 UG per meter cube, and annual PM 2.5 should not exceed 5 UG per meter cube. What you can infer from this? Per day will be high now. Per hour if you take, it will be more high. Peak value will be more high. Peak will be there. Per day you can handle this much of pollution. But if you have throughout the year this much, it can be more problematic. So time span increasing, day should have, compared to year, day will have higher value. So that is like logically in line. Rest of this, remembering this data is not that much feasible in the exam. So go to the next option. In a year, the highest levels of ozone pollution occur during periods of inclement weather. So it's like turbulent weather, this kind of situation. So what do you think of this option? Why?
Turbulent weather is there, then a lot of mixing is happening. And this is the low level, ground level ozone.
We have seen this ozone hole when it is forming.
It is talking about ozone hole.
Ozone hole and all, it is speaking about in this, you can connect it with inclement weather. It is during this storms and all is taking the ozone into the ozone layer. So this question, like this statement itself is confusing to attract you into this. But in the ozone pollution, where it is ozone coming from? No, ground level ozone, where it is coming from? Exhaust of vehicles, then it will get processed. It is not a primary pollutant, it's a secondary pollutant. Exhaust of vehicles, then it get mixed with sunlight and other gases and forms ozone. So this is something which is man-made, and this is not something related to weather. If it is speaking about ozone hole, it can have a relation with ozone, inclement weather and all this. Otherwise, ozone pollution is coming from human-made activities. Due to this human pollution, vehicle pollution, in the combustion engine, internal combustion engine, the ozone pollution is happening. So this can be a wrong statement. Still hold on. PM10 can penetrate lung barrier and enter bloodstream. What you can infer from this? This is so much in news. Like if we talk about Delhi pollution, closing down of schools, there are so much articles coming on the health effects of PM PM10 is like a big particle, dust particle. This can go into lungs and make your lungs black. But this cannot go into the bloodstream. PM 2.5 or something that is size less than PM 2.5, they can enter the bloodstream. Who is more dangerous? 2.5 is and lesser size pollutants are more dangerous than PM10. So this statement, if you follow news, you should know this is wrong. 3 is wrong. You can convincingly eliminate 2 options. A and C cannot be the answer. Now come to the 4th option. Excessive ozone in the air can trigger asthma. This is a very straightforward question. There is no reason why you will take it wrong. Excessive ozone is big pollutant. You should at least know ozone is a pollutant at the ground level. And ozone is creating issues. And asthma is something which can be triggered by having exposure to pollution. If you are in Delhi, you might have experienced also. So this is 100% sure right option. This is 100% wrong option. These 2 you can identify, it becomes very easy. 4 should be right means there should be 4 in your answer. This cannot be your answer. Other 2 we already eliminated. What is pending is 1 and 4. Excessive ozone. So what you can infer from this? You don't go with the trick that you see data, it is wrong. Hold on. If a very specific data that cannot be remembered by students is given in the paper, there may be some other clues in the other statements. Be patient and read the other statements. Don't go with the fixed mindset that I see the data, I take it as wrong. Don't go with that mindset. You should, data you find, you should click that it may be wrong. But it's only maybe. You don't go with a fixed mindset that it should be wrong. If a very simple data is given, very simple data like we see on Agni 4 question enter. Agni 4 is having a range of 7,500 km. Simple data means there is high chance for making it wrong. So very complex data which student cannot take up and identify, that kind of statement is there. At least before applying data is wrong principle, at least hold on and go through the other options. There can be some other clue left in these questions. So here you can, even if you don't know this exact number, there is, if you've gone through the newspaper and effects of pollution, there is enough clue to identify the correct answer. Go ahead, answer the 6th question. This is little old question. What is answer? B. How you got the answer?
Carbon dioxide is not included in air quality.
This is air quality index. It came in 2016 because that year 2015 and all it was launched. So that was in current affairs that time. Why we are discussing this question is it is very easy because carbon dioxide is not included in any of these air quality index. It itself is not a pollutant. It becomes a pollutant if its concentration becomes too high. Otherwise, it's a natural gas that is essential in the atmosphere and it is not a pollutant. So 1 should not be in your answer. The other 1 goes out and you are left with 2, 3 and 4. What are the other pollutants? 8 pollutants that is in this air quality index. PM is there, PM10, PM 2.5. Who else? Ozone is there. Ozone is there. Ozone is there. Ammonia is there. Sulfur dioxide is there. Nitrogen oxide is there. Carbon monoxide and lead is there. These are 8 pollutants in air quality index. This question also you can see that even if you don't know exactly remembering, but you have conceptual clarity, then you can answer this question. Go ahead. Answer the 7th question. What is answer? No, you know. Who is the highest? This question is pretty old, 2015 question. Why we are discussing? Because this index come in use every now and then. Index of 8 core industries. That time electricity was having highest weightage, and like in this list it is asked. So tell me something about in index of 8 core industries. Who publishes this? This is the most recent index that is published. Who publishes this? Office of Economic Affairs. It comes under Department of DPIT, Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. It is under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Now what are these 8 core industries? Who is these 8 core industries? Coal is there, crude oil is there, natural gas, petroleum and refinery products. This is having the highest weightage right now, 28%. Fertilizers, steel, cement and electricity. Good enough? When this is published, at what rate? Every month it is published. It is published by Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Office of Economic Affairs. Highest weightage right now is for refinery products. Lowest is crude oil is 8%, fertilizer is 2.63%. Crude oil not, fertilizer is the lowest. Fertilizer is 2.63% is the lowest. Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead. Yeah, answer this question. This should be an easy question. Question number 10. क्या आंसर है? बताओ. Here also, if you even if you don't know, what happened? How to answer this? The weightage of food in consumer CPI is higher than WPI. Can it be? CPI, what does it contains? Retail goods which consumer very much need. And food is something most essential part of it. So food should have higher weightage in CPI. This is very much in line with knowledge base, you can say, or in line with the idea of CPI and WPI. So most probably, even if I haven't heard of, I don't know exact data, I will take this as right statement. WPI does not capture changes in prices of services, which CPI does. Keep this on hold. Suppose you don't know exact, you cannot recollect it. Come to third statement, RBI of India has now adopted WPI as the key measure of inflation and to decide on changing the key policy rates. Like every now and then you will see MPC is doing this, that. Everything is this based on CPI is the headline inflation rate in India, not WPI. And this was changed in 5 years back, I guess, during the period of who? Raghuram Rajan and RBI governor. So WPI is being discarded. It is being published, but headline inflation figures in India, everything is based on CPI. What is the rate MPC should keep limit within? Yeah, 4% is the number. It can go with a range of 2 to 6%. So this statement is absolutely wrong. 3 is wrong. I cut out this, I cut out this. Out of this, you have to select. Actually, WPI does not capture the changes in price of services. That is absolutely correct. WPI only has goods, whereas CPI has both goods and services. Go ahead. Answer will be A, both 1 and 2. Easy question, quite. Answer the 9th question. 13 question here from your book. What is answer? We have didn't read this question in current affairs class, I guess. Similar question we have done. The multidimensional poverty index, MPI, developed by everything is given Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative with UNDP support covers which of the following? And which of the following is covered under this? 3 health indicators we have: health, education and living standards. Health is captured by nutritional level, child mortality. Health is captured by nutritional level and child mortality under 5 children. Education is by years of schooling, school attendance. Living standard by cooking, fuel, sanitation, drinking water, electricity, all these kind of things. Now, if this you should remember. And we have deprivation of education is there, health is there, assets and services are also a part of it. So first option absolutely correct. Purchasing power parity at national level, nowhere it is connected to this. Extent of budget deficit, GDP growth rate, these are also not connected to this. Left with only one option, that is A. So what is takeaway from this? Usually we study reports, we leave it at who publishes the report. At least for some very famous reports, have a look at what are the indices. This is not for this question. Next question also we have very similar report asking about indices. We have so many other questions also, ease of doing business indices. So many other questions we see indices are also being asked in the exam. So not for all the reports, very specific report you don't have to do. But very famous report like SDG index by Niti Aayog, something like that. Very famous index, what are the key indexes? You have to go through it once. Answer the 10th question. Yeah, this was ease of doing business question. What is answer? How to approach this? क्या हो गया? Okay, you answered some other question. So there was some disorder associated. What is answer? How to approach even if you don't know this answer? Ease of doing business. Something, all these are very much part of business. Paying taxes, registering a property, dealing with construction permits. These are something which, and during that time India was making big strides in this report, and that's why these reports and indices were very familiar. So here correct answer is maintenance of law and order. What is current status of this report? It has been discontinued. Now it will not come. No, it was not a part of the report. Correct answer here is 8. Pura report is not coming right now. Go ahead. Answer the 11 question, 12 in your sheet. Global Hunger Index. बताओ क्या आंसर है? B. Number 11. B 1, 2 and 3. Okay, this is very similar question asked in 2016, asking indices of global hunger index. What is India's rank? That's very infamous for this. Yeah, now we graduated to 107. So what is the indices of this report? Under three dimensions and 4 indicators are the basic factors. 3 dimensions are food supply having weightage of 1/3, child undernutrition having a weightage of 1/3, and child mortality having a weightage of 1/3. So what is answer? Wasting and stunting all are part of child undernourishment. 1, 2 and 3 will be answer. Sorry. Okay. Go ahead. Answer the 12 question, 14 in your sheet. Very factual question, what it is? What is the answer? World Economic Forum. We'll discuss a list of indices that is published by UNEP. We discussed yesterday. Huge number of reports have been published by UNEP. Have you seen? Go through the website. Both body website, and so many reports every now and then they are publishing. At least the name you should be aware of. That is the key intake. What is major reports by this WEF? Gender gap report is there. What else? Global risk report. Competitiveness is this question itself. Global risk report is there. Travel and tourism competitiveness report. These are major reports by WEF. Here we have other world. Leave it. We'll see in the upcoming questions. These other reports we'll see published by other organizations. Go ahead.